want to play a game? If you do, then you're in luck, because on today's Toy Spot, we're going to be having a look at Neca Cult Classics Series 5, Saw, Jigsaw Killer. Jigsaw comes to us with his token Billy the Puppet and tricycle. If we have a look at the packaging first, we get the I like the packaging art for it because it's the essential poster of Saw. I like the Saw box art because it's just a very cold, sterile white, and then you have all the blood and then the body parts left everywhere. And then Saw title there as well. On the back of the packaging, and then on the side there's Billy the Puppet. Do you want to play a game? On the back here, the other figures in the wave are Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs. There's Army of Darkness Ash. There's Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface, and then there's the Jigsaw Killer. A bit of a read up here. It says, obsessed with teaching his victims the value of life, John Kramer, a deranged sadistic serial killer, abducts the morally wayward. Once captured, they must face impossible choices in a horrific game of survival. The victims must fight to win their lives back or die trying. So there you go. There's packaging on Jigsaw. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this guy opened up and we will have a closer look at the figure. So stay tuned. And now that he's out of his package, let's get a closer look at John Kramer, the Jigsaw Killer. Before we actually look at Jigsaw himself, we'll actually have a look at Billy the Puppet, which, as you can see, really nicely detailed. I mean, he is small. I mean, he's a pretty small figure, but definitely looks like the puppet from the movie. Very creepy looking puppet, though. Very creepy. I get so mad at my wife that, for those who watched my On the Spot segment, I think it was On the Spot 3, somebody had asked me what my wife did for a living, which was a really obscure question, but I had mentioned that she builds sets for movies. My wife actually, she's been, I think, asked to do 2 or 3 Saw movies now, and she has passed on all 3 occasions. And I always say to her, why don't you want to do a Saw movie? I think that would be awesome. But nope, she doesn't want to do it. Needless to say, though, really nice detailing on Billy the Puppet. Now, he has articulation in the head. Would have been nice if his mouth had opened, but it would have been too fragile on such a small figure. He has joint in his shoulder. He has rotation in his hand. There's articulation in his leg. Seems like a pretty free range of movement. There's articulation in the knee. Or actually, no, not in the knee. I almost broke his leg off. His leg does rotate, and also his foot rotates. So there you go. You can actually get Billy seated in his tricycle, and you can peg his hands into the handle bars of his tricycle, and you can have him riding it like so. There you go. And there you have Billy the Puppet in his tricycle. Pretty accurate to the movie, I gotta say. Although you kind of have to adjust him just to get him to sit right. There he is in his tricycle. Really nice detailing on the tricycle. As you can see, there's plastic in between the spokes on his tires. So the light does catch it, but obviously without that, these tires would probably fold in half because they'd be so flimsy. But even his... Oh! I just broke it. I just broke his pedal there. I thought it could turn, but I should have really known better. Oh, that's a shame. Luckily for me, I have the I have the other Jigsaw figures, so they all come with the same puppet. So that's some saving grace, but be warned, do not touch the pedal on that bike, because it will break off and you'll look like a fool like me. Now that we put the bicycle out of the way here and Billy the Puppet, we get a closer look at John Kramer here. Like I said, this is John Kramer, the Jigsaw Killer. This is how he looked in the first movie. I would say actually this is how he looked like in the scene where Danny Glover's character finally finds the location of the Jigsaw Killer, and you see Jigsaw all hooded, and yeah, he's all hooded with this really nice black hood kind of cloak. And he's got the red there. As you can see, the red carries in the inside here as well. I thought this blade could go in, but having just learned my lesson with the pedal, I'm just going to leave it alone. The hood does look like it can come off, and if it does come off, you know, if you could get it off or somewhat down, you can see that they've made a completely sculpted bald head, which looks nice. In the way of his articulation, he has articulation in the head, a ball joint in his head. He has a ball joint in his shoulders. He has articulation in the elbow. A little bit in the wrist, not a lot though. Same idea on this side, articulation in the wrist. There's articulation in the waist, and there is articulation in the feet. Nothing in the leg, just because of the way the cloak is sculpted. Very, very nice. Give you guys a detailed look on the back here. Nicely detailed. There's a lot of like little wrinkles and creases and stuff that they've done, and I think they did an incredible job on it. Very, very nice. The one thing, it would have been nice, considering the fact that they made a fully sculpted head, you know, with a bald head, it would have been nice if NECA had released this figure again, excuse me, using this head, but putting it on the white outfit he wore when he was actually in the room. Because then it would have made sense. They could have put blood all over him and stuff like that and used the exact same head. Why they didn't do that, I really don't know. I don't honestly know the reason for it. This figure has been released 3 other times. It was released with the pig mask. Then there was also a pig mask with a red cloak that Amanda wore. Then there was also this cloak without the hood and the hair, the Jigsaw hair, as you see in the later movie, Saw 3, I think? Yeah, I think Saw 3. So there's about 4 Saw figures in total. I will actually, you know what, I will do reviews on all 4 of them just so you guys can see. And maybe as I'll go through each figure, I'll do a comparison. So when I open up the John Kramer with hair, I'll do a comparison to this guy here so you guys can see the difference between them. But overall, a really nice figure, especially if you like the Saw movies. I definitely would say pick it up. And I definitely will say stay away from the pedal, guys. Fragile, fragile. But hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that hit the spot. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.